Right, this is Kiran Patil, working as assistant professor in computer science and engineering department, PLE PCET. Now, so today in our class, we shall look into the advantages of small-scale industries. The first advantage is small-scale enterprises can be started as per convenience of the owner in terms of space, finance, product, and manpower. The next one is the setting up of the unit and starting of production requires a small gestation period of only 2 to 6 months, and the layout can be made as per convenience. Gestation period is nothing but a period to realize your investment. The third one is locally available skilled and semi-skilled people can be appointed at short notice and at much lower wages compared to medium and large industries. Wherever high technology involved, the parent company executives will help. Alternatively, consultants can be hired to sort technological related problems. So you need not, be an expert in implementing the technology. Whoever the parent company is, they will help you in installing these technologies or in using these technologies. The next one is it is one of the best forms of self-employment as well as giving employment opportunities to own kith and kin, friends and relatives, etc. So self-employment is a really good uh, concept because you need not work under any person or institute or organization. You can start up with your own organization. Not only that, you can also provide employment for your kith and kin. That means for your immediate relatives as well as your friends, your relatives, etc. The next one is in case of rural sector, the SSI units will be able to have cheaper labor, especially in off seasons. You know, in rural, the main business would be to work in fields, and if it is an off season at that time, you will have labors at much cheaper prices. All right. The next one, in developing countries, the SI units are a necessity to assist bigger industries and new projects. Thus, they not only contribute to the economy of the nation, but also create employment opportunities to people around the project sites. Okay, so by having an SSI or encouraging the small scale industry, you are not only booming up the economy of the country, but also you're creating employment opportunities for people who reside, you know, um, in the surroundings of the project sites. The next one is in case of SSI units started by experienced and talented executives, there is abundant scope to develop high technology components for MNCs and also to organize exports. So by starting up this small scale industry, you are also contributing to the exports of the nation. The next one is due to increase in population, there has been increase in the production of consumer goods and fast moving consumer goods. FMCG, what we call it as. In view of this, there is a bigger role of small industries to take up components, production, and even manufacture the product itself. Right. So a small scale industry, if it is not capable of producing a product as a whole, but you can also produce the components that goes into the production of a particular product. Okay. The small units are exempted from excise duty up to 75 lakhs per annum turnover. In case of industries in the backward districts, waiver of concession is given for various statutory taxes. Thus, a lot of paperwork formalities are avoided. So, you can have a tax exemption as well if you are a small unit owner. Alright, and then also the government also provides you with a lot of concession schemes, right? So due to which what happens is a lot of paperwork can be saved, right? The next one is since employees are recruited based on contracts or relations, there will be loyalty to the owner and hence there will be no trade union activity. Since in small scale industry, mainly the employees would be known people, right? It could be a friend, it could be a relative, or even a person outside your circle can be hired through contract. And due to this, what happens is the loyalty towards the owner is much more in small scale industry as compared to medium or large scale industries. Alright, so let us look into the steps to start an small scale industry. The first one is the decision to be self-employed. First and foremost thing that is needed for one to start a small scale industry is to decide for himself or herself to be self-employed. Is to decide that you're not going to work under any anyone, right? So that is the first and foremost requirement, right? The next one is analyzing strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, which we call it as SWOT analysis. So once you have decided that you want to be the owner and not an employee, the next thing is you need to analyze, you need to dig deep into yourself in order to understand what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are the opportunities outside, as well as what are the hindrances that comes across you when you are going to start with a small scale industry. The next one is scanning of business environment. So once you have decided on the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats, next one is you need to you you need to have depth knowledge of the business environment in which you're trying to establish a small scale industry. Right? The next one is training. So if you don't have the required skills in order to start up with a small industry, what you could do is you can undergo yourself a training. And now training centers are opened by the governments themselves, and hence it would be more easier for anyone to uh, you know to go in there to get the required training and then come and start with a small industry. The next one is product selection. Product selection is very important, and this could be a part of the analyzing the business environment, how a business is done, and once that is confirmed, what you can do is what kind of a product do you want to manufacture, do you want to produce, right? That is important. The next one is market survey. So once you have selected that, yes, I'm gonna produce a particular product. Now after that, what you got to do is you got to have a survey on the market. What is the demand of the product? Who are the competitors who are already producing that product? What is the price range that they have kept? What is the quality of the product that they have manufactured? And how you could improve on all this is what market survey is. And that has to be done. Okay. The next one is form of organization. As you're already aware that we have different forms of organization. It could be proprietorship. I mean, proprietorship is nothing but there is only a single owner. Okay? There is a sole owner for the small industry, as well as um, there is also partnership organization, wherein a group of individuals come together, invest the money, and then they start with a small industry. Not only that, you can also design different works to be allocated for different individuals, and that In totality, we call it as form of organization. Next one is location. Okay, choosing location is very important because you don't want to, you know, uh, start an industry in a location where you don't get the amenities. Okay, getting those amenities, getting those raw materials, getting the power, the water, uh, the waste management is all important if you want to start a small industry. So selecting the location with respect to all these parameters is also important. The next one is technology. Okay. Now, as we all know, technology changes day by day. Now, it's a fast-moving world. Okay. So, you should be quick enough to identify the technology which suits your form of organization. So, what kind of a technology do you want to implement in your industry is also to be identified and is also very important step. The next one is machinery and equipments. For example, what kind of a machineries are needed, what kind of equipments are needed, where can I get that from, what are the alternatives, what are the alternatives for machineries. Everything has to be studied in detail. The next one is project report preparation. We have also talked about this in our previous chapters, right? So once you're done with all the surveys, with all the selection of technology, the form of the organization, machinery and equipments, the next one is you got to write a report on the project that you're intended to start. Now, why do we write report? The report is written because we want to convey this to the potential financiers, to the potential investors, right? So in order to attract them, you prepare the project report. Next one is project appraisal. Project appraisal is nothing but the evaluation of your project, right? In total, what is the investment? Not only that, each and individual budgeting has to be done. And also you need to suggest that, what is the gestation period? That is the project period to realize your investment. Or in simple words, to get back your investment. Even that has to be noted in. Right. The next one is finance. So how, how are you going to arrange the capital that is required to start a small industry? Are you going to contact the private financiers or are you going to go for government bank agencies? What are the concessions that they are giving? And everything has to be studied in detail. The next one is provisional registration. Right. So when you start with small industry, what you do is you don't register directly, but you would first go for a provisional registration of the industry under the selected government agencies. Right. So that has to be done again. The next one is technical know-how. Basically, you should know how to run the enterprise. It's not just important to start an enterprise, but it is even more important to keep it running. Right? So you should be very well versed with all the techniques of running the enterprise. Next one is power and water connection. Again, where do we get the power from? Where do you get the water connection from? What is the price of it? What is the period that you require? So everything has to be studied in detail. The next one is installation of machinery. Right, you bought the machinery, you've got to install it in your industry. Where are you gonna install it? For how long is it supposed to work? In a day, is it supposed to work for 24 hours, or 12 hours, or 8 hours? What? Right, that again has to be dealt in detail here. Next one is recruitment of manpower. As we have already discussed, small industry don't require high skilled laborers or skilled laborers even. They require unskilled or semi-skilled labors, right? So that again, how are you gonna bringing manpower into the industry has to be again, dealt with. The next one is procurement of raw materials. Right, you've identified the raw materials. Now the thing is, where do you get it from? Who are the suppliers? Who are the sources? What are the alternatives for those sources? Again, that has to be, studied in detail. Next one is production. Okay, once all this is done, you start with the production of the product. Right? Next one is marketing. How are you gonna reach the consumer? That's nothing but marketing. Are you gonna use the digital media, the print media, or use your customers, the existing customers, as the ambassador of your product? Everything has to be seen in microscopic ways. Next one is quality assurance. Now, you cannot have, you cannot produce a product and be negligent about its quality. If so, you won't stay for a longer period in the market. So you should be, you should have that sense of quality in the product that you're manufacturing. Quality is more important, right? So again, that has to be made sure. The next one is permanent registration. Okay, till now you have done the provisional registration. If your industry runs for a set period, then you will also be given with permanent registration also. The next one is market research. Market research is nothing but you have released the product into the market. Now you need to analyze the performance of the product in the market. How is the product performing? It's not just you who is manufacturing the product. It's even your competitors who are manufacturing the same product. They are also putting the prices. You're also putting the prices. Now consumers will decide which product is good. So that again has to be studied. You just cannot be relaxed by saying that I have produced the product, I have delivered the product, I have marketed the product, and that's it. No. Again, you got to have feedback on the performance of the product, just writing product, which is absolutely important. As I said, starting a small industry is not a big thing, but keep it performing, keep it running is more important. If you want to keep it running, what you got to do is you got to have a strong research team, strong minds who could analyze these performances and make sure that corrections are added regularly at the same period. Right. So this is the now these are the steps for one to start a small industry. And these are the same steps, just in detail. Okay. So not go here because I've already explained it. Uh, okay. Now, government policies towards SSI. You don't have the whole detail of it. You are supposed to study only the Government of India Industrial Policy 2007 on micro and small enterprises. Right. Now this was the 11th 5-year plan. 11th 5-year plan. Now it has a period of 2007 to 2012. Right. The 11th plan's approach to MSC, that is micro and small enterprises sector, marks a shift from welfare approach to that of empowerment. So until now, what happened was until 2007, The government supported, you understand the difference here? The government supported the small industry, but now the government want to empower them, encourage them. Okay, the strategy focuses on livelihood and social security. And what the strategy is here? First one is livelihood. They concentrate on the livelihood of the employees who are working in small industries. Not only that, they also concentrated on the social security. Now, you get a sense of social security when your job is secure. So the government policy contributed towards this. Uh, the next one is policy initiatives are proposed to incentivize uh, MSCs to achieve economics of scale by expanding production. What happened here? Whatever the policy the government of India had made in the 2007, they concentrated on giving incentives to the MSCs, that is, giving concessions to the MSCs. By doing this, what they have done is they have empowered the MSC sector. Okay, so by how? They have planned out that they will expand the production. Expand the production in the sense there are a list of products, there are reserved list of products which has to be manufactured only by small industry. Large industry cannot manufacture those materials or those products. Only small industries are allowed to produce those products which are reserved uh, products which should be manufactured by only micro or small enterprises. One possibility could be to allow them to retain the benefit of excise duty exemption up to the prescribed limit, even after they graduate into medium scale enterprises. So they have done this. They have done by retaining the excise exemption sorry, the excise duty exemption. That is the exemption from paying the taxes to the government of India. Even after, even after graduating from small industry to medium scale industry, that means a small industry, if it graduates or if it develops in a medium scale industry, since the root of that industry is a small scale industry, the government of India had continued the tax exemption of those industries. Okay, so these are the policies here. Now, the fourth one. The image sector in clearing the handlooms and handicrafts presents an opportunity for exports. The effort during the planned period will therefore be to organize the sector to create clusters of weavers and artisans to improve their bargaining power and to enable them to pool resources. Okay, so in order to promote the exports of the nation, what they've done is they have brought all these artisans or weavers and formed clusters among them, or you could also call them as form a union among them and encourage them to take up small industries so that the bargaining power of those people could improve. Could improve. And for example, if there are 100 different weavers or artisans, just for example, working on their own, right? Manufacturing the product, selling the product, and everything. What the government at that point of time, what they have done is they have brought all these artisans or weavers together, formed an enterprise. By doing that, what happens is the production improves. Once the product is developed, the marketing strategies could be improved. Otherwise, what happened? Individuals would, for example, individuals uh, would manufacture a khadi product. Okay, they used to carry it by themselves. They used to sell in the market. But here, the marketing strategy was very weak. What the government has done is they brought all of these weavers and artisans together, form an enterprise, gave them the opportunity to market their product. By doing this, what happens is you're pulling in the resources, which is very important for any success. Right. So this is how the policy has encouraged the empowerment of the MSC. Next one is banks will be encouraged to ensure that all loans up to rupees 5 lakhs to MSCs are given free of collateral at the interest rate of 8%. Before that, what happened was